I've been writing all
Yeah.
week. I've been like so. I mean, it's so fucking slow because I've just been very just busy with bullshit too. Just like appointments and um yeah, and just
Making your signs for the No Kings rally today.
exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That takes a lot of time.
Down with this sort of thing.
Wait, was it today?
It was.
Yeah.
Did I miss?
They lived out today. It was big live out day again.
Yeah.
Damn, I missed it again.
I was also doing a bunch of bullshit in writing, so solidarity.
Yeah, but
Guys got to get some lambs.
yeah.
Some lamb access.
Get the lamb hookup. Somebody get some of the hookup with somebody who's got lambs.
That's what they say.
The thing about like going to Florida, I mean, you guys know that, like, I mean, you've heard me complain for months now about just like how I'm either sick or just like racked with pain, and you know, it's just like it's just been just been nonstop, just kind of shit show for me and my body for months.
Hang on, someone's chanting outside our window.
Chanting?
Do they think you're the kings?
Yeah.
I heard something. I'm backing you up on that.
I'm gonna go shut my window. Hang on.
Are you at the
Dogs.
Some Kings rally?
I have children throwing their own No Kings rally outside my house. I'm a communist. Leave me alone.
Oh, go out on the porch and yell at them.
The dogs are barking.
So then I drove to Florida and spent the better part of a week in Florida, and then drove all the way back. And when I got back, I mean, apart from being like really tired from driving straight through pretty much, like I felt good. It was like a very, very alien thing. It was like, wow, I woke up and like nothing hurts today, like nothing's bothering me.
Yay.
Like yet, and I went to physical therapy like on, you know, I got back on Monday, like around midday on Monday, and Tuesday is my PT appointment. So I go to and my dude's just like, you know, well, how you feeling? You know, and I'm just like, it's weird. I feel like I feel weirdly fine. And he says, well, let's see, like, you know, put your arms up and, you know, like do the, just like, you know, do the range of motion things, you know, and I go through and every one, he's just like, whoa. Like
The restorative power.
like basically like, well, I don't know. I mean, is there stuff you want to work on still?
Wow.
You were like, yeah,
It's
that
just
Cadillac
like-
went by and it just
like-
reset my whole shoulder. All the bones vibrated back into place.
Like, can we do some deadlifts or?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he
Yeah.
did. He had me like lifting weights and shit.
Let's go.
wow.
Get
But
yoked.
anyway, but of course the punchline is, today I woke up and you know, since then, you know, it was nice here when I got back, or at least, you know, moderate, and then like the last couple of days it's like back to being you know, like fucking sub freezing and just like shitty.
Yeah.
and it's like, and I'm right back to just being like,
Oh, no.
and like, and it's like, yeah, my shoulder fucking hurts again, and I woke up with a fucking migraine this morning. It's like, God fucking damn it, man! I had a week. I got like a week off.
That's pretty good.
But
But
yeah, it's like,
do you think it was the heat?
I wonder. You know, I have to think it was like. I mean, maybe some part of it is psychological, but I do think that like. I do think that when it's cold, I just like I hunch up more. You know.
Yeah.
Tensing
And,
up. Yeah.
I do for sure. I mean, I think there's a psychological thing too, like where you're just stress is
Yeah.
like causing you to.
Right. But
I will tell you.
I don't like the idea that
of having to go to Florida.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
that
no
like
good.
body.
You can't do that.
it's like if if the thing that I have to do to like
Not worth it.
live pain free is move to Florida.
Not worth it.
Move to
I mean, I
Cuba.
had a good time.
Just go
I
to
had a
Cuba.
good time in Florida. Yeah, well, it's gonna be part of Florida. I had a really. I mean, as always, I always have a good time in Florida. But I really have a hard time imagining living there
No, it's no good.
for obvious, obvious reasons.
You should run some experiments on it though. You should turn up the heat in your house for a day and see if it feels better.
Yeah,
You should. Did you sleep? Did you camp?
I did camp.
Because I will tell you, if I have like aches and pains and like tight muscles,
Yeah,
like 7 out of 10 times it's from sleeping in too soft of a bed. And if I sleep on the floor for a long time, it straightens everything out. Or if I camp, like usually, like I will, that really does tend to help me. Like I've been sleeping on the floor for weeks in a little dog mat down on the floor, like
Wow.
a dog.
I've been there.
It does help a lot.
Yeah.
Like my shoulders and hips and stuff. But you should experiment with that too. Because if you could figure it out, it'd be a whole new world.
Could be the
Yeah.
heat. Yeah, try this. Just try a
I
sauna.
do.
Go finish.
I think. Yeah, I do think it's more temperature than anything else. But
Go Botas mode.
It'd be nice to have a sauna.
Yeah.
The guy at the farmer's house we were at today had a sauna, and I was eyeballing it like, I could knock one of those together in a weekend.
Listen, Valtteri Bottas just had on his Instagram story like, we got a guy who set us up once. Now I can have a finished sauna anywhere while I'm on tour for Formula One. And then the camera pans over and it's his like bromance buddy panning the phone over, and he's just over there naked in the sauna waving like, great, I love Formula One now. Thank you, Cadillac. Very good. Great. My quality of life is so much better. Anyway, there are guys who build saunas wherever you want them.
forward that to what's her name, Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. I read another 500,000 words of Georgia. I have to update you guys on at some point. It's not.
Do you want to do that now, or do you want to get into
Oh,
Peter's
I
stuff?
mean, let's go Peter mode first.
Oh, is that a Patreon thing? Yeah.
If we have time,
That's a
we'll
Patreon
get to
thing.
Georgia at some
Yeah.
point. I'm almost due to
The,
read more, which is like now I'm horrified. I don't have no idea how bad it's going to get for me, not for them. They're doing fine. For me,
There's a little pump house in the backyard that I promised I would turn into a playhouse this summer. But I'm like thinking about it, and it's like, that could be a sauna.
Yeah.
Get in there and really sweat it out.
yeah.
Anyway, is this the stuff you wanted to talk about, Peter? I was trying to anticipate. I was trying to guess.
Oh no, my stuff is. I mean, my stuff is just all.
What would be your
just
notes?
My trip.
Yeah.
My Sebring.
Okay.
Carry on.
I-
I'm in my mind
okay.
palace. Carry on.
I was imagining the list of things that you compiled prior to coming on, and I was trying to anticipate. So that's why I was talking about the lambs. That's what I was talking about, the sauna stuff.
I've done hot guy
So I
watch
was like,
now. We're on track.
Yeah. What's the podcast?
Oh yeah, what's our show?
It's Tired, the car podcast for people who understand that cars are bad, with your friends Rory and Matty and me, Peter. Recently returned from a first-time visit to Sebring, Florida, a town of 11,000 people.
Is that real?
Yeah. Like one of the first, like I gotta say, man, the thing that when I joked in the chat about Sebring making Daytona
Yeah.
seem like Paris,
Yeah.
I'm not fucking joking. Like, like the
I expected it to be like trashy, but not, but like a town. 11,000 people is smaller than Traverse City.
I mean, it's a town, but it's a small town. It's a very small town. I mean, there's fucking nothing there. I mean, it's just like there's a little tiny cute little downtown where they had the transporter parade and the kind of the like the night that I got down there, like on Tuesday night, they had like the little kind of the thing in town, like the IMSA night in town. People can come out and it was nice. People came out and that little park, that little downtown area is nice. I ate Cuban food like while the transporter parade went by, and it was a scene. There were lots of people there, and there were some cars, and Duna was there, and some of the Porsche guys, drivers, and the Taylor boys were there, just kind of answering, doing a Q&A kind of thing in the park, and it was fun. But yeah, you get like a couple blocks from that park, and it's pretty fucking grim, man. like Sebring's kind of a fucking armpit, and
True, Florida.
Yeah,
it was a military base, right?
Well, so I mean, that's the town. The airfield is like, I think it's like 7 miles, something like that, outside of town. So you drive out of Sebring proper, and it's like a 10-minute drive down the road, and that's when you get to the airfield, and that's where the track is. There's not much there. I mean, there's a fucking airport. There's kind of like that pit structure that I sent you guys the pictures of, that, and that like when I pulled in, and I found, I mean, the camping thing, it's a whole fucking thing, man. Like, where, I mean, I showed up in the early afternoon, and I kind of took my time, I mean, I got into Florida in the early AM, and after taking a couple of cat naps on the way down, and I rolled, like I said, took my time, washed the car off, because the drive was just like I was driving through fucking blizzards all night, coming down through the mountains in West Virginia and shit, and I didn't want to have like filthy car all week, so I stopped and washed my car, and then got to the track, found the place to get like my credential and stuff, and I said, well, so I've got like a campground, like where do I just go? They're like, oh yeah, just go around there. Okay, cool. So I go to the entrance thinking like I'm just gonna like roll right in, right? And there's no line or anything. And I pull up and I'm like, hey, I've got this, They're like, oh, well, it doesn't open until 2. I'm like, okay, it's like 10 till, right? Can I just like post up here or whatever? And the guy like calls to, his buddy. He's like, what? No, he's got to go to the pre-staging area. What I discover is that the pre-staging area, which is like back down the street, back down this other street, and it's like to the south of the track, there's just like this fucking, I mean, like 10 football fields of space, of field, that's just like rows upon rows upon rows of RVs, campers, cars. This is the pre-staging, and it's totally unclear like where to fucking, like where the back of this thing is, like I'm just like there's nobody directing, like I keep stopping and like asking people, I'm like, am I going to yeah, let's go to the staging area. Okay, man. So I drive to what I think is the back of this thing, and like pull into this what seems like the last row behind, some dudes in a fucking, camper, one of those RV America campers or whatever, rental things, and I get out and I'm like, so is this?
Am I good?
Yeah, they're like, yeah, man, it's cool. How's it going? Want a beer? I was like,
Cool.
oh, I'm good. But no, this is the so the way this fucking works is this pre-staging area opened a month ago.
Oh,
like
wow.
a month prior to the race. And people come before that and they pre-stage for the pre-stage so that they can fucking get their spot in line, because there are no, I mean, there's like a few kind of like VIP areas where you can like pay to reserve, you know, your spot for your fucking, you know, giant RV or whatever. But most of it, like, and most of the good spots and the spots that are like the party zone spots, which is like a huge area of the track, of the infield. That's all just like, it's open. Like there's not even fucking, you know, like at Watkins Glen, there's like the shit like burned into the ground, you know, for like the spaces, like delineating the spaces. There's none of that shit, man. I mean, this is just like, it's just completely open and just kind of like, yeah, man, go for it. You know, you do you. And so people, so it's just this kind of like, kind of just chaos thing that, that somehow just kind of like works out. But people do. I mean, people like show up a month ahead of time and just spend the whole time camping, or like lots of people are local. So they'll just like show up the day that it opens, drop their, you know, RV there and then drive home or whatever, just so they've got their spot in line. But I mean, these are people who have been doing this for like decades. They have their spots. They have their compounds, you know, around the track that they, you know, keep from year to year and rebuild. I knew where I was going because I had contacted my buddy who I met at Indy last year, my photographer friend, who I just, you know, was camping next to. And he like shoots for like a few different teams. And so I had messaged him just being like, you know, hey man, I'm coming to Sebring. Where do I want to camp that I'm like not going to be like in the shit, you know, basically. Cause like, I want to have access to the shit. I want to be like, you know, I want to be able to like,
you don't want to sleep there.
Exactly. I don't, yeah. It's like, I want to be able to get away from it too. And he like showed me on the map, like where he would be. And, which was just basically like right across, you know, right over the bridge from the front straight, which, you know, gets you over to the media center pretty quickly and pit lane and all that stuff, which that's what I wanted. And, so I ended up just camping next to him again. But I mean, it was just like it's a whole fucking thing, man. And it's not just, it's not like at other races where, you know, people just pull up and set up their campsite. Here, people set up like entire compounds, you know, where they'll have like multiple, you know, big groups of people, lots of vehicles. They'll circle, like they'll array them in like circles, kind of creating like these courtyards along the track. It's very cool the way you know, like a big part of like the backside of the track. There's like a walkway between the track. So there's like the track and then the fence and then this kind of like, you know, 10-foot kind of walkway or whatever. And then another fence. And that's where the campers are. And, so those guys, those campsites are basically trackside, but there's also like a buffer where you know, you don't have to be like, you know, where just like foot traffic can walk past. But these people who are in these trackside sites, they start like immediately as soon as they fucking get there, they go to work. They fucking bring lumber, dude. They start fucking erecting these like it's like a like at a trade show, like when people have like these like portable structures. I mean, people come in with like fucking scaffolding and like trail, I mean, some of them are just like pre-built like on trailers that they just tow in, and it's kind of like ready to go there. These dudes who I pulled in behind, like when I pulled into the pre-stage thing, I start talking to them, and they're like, oh, we just came in. I came from this place, and he just flew in from St. Louis, and blah blah blah. But we got buddies here, and they've got to, like, we're gonna have, like, you got to find us, man. You got to find us. You got to come back. We'll be between this turn and this turn. We will have the best setup here. They also told me they'd been coming since the early 90s. And, I asked him, I said, like, is it pretty crazy over where you guys camp? And he's just like, oh man, it's like 10% what it used to be, man. And he said that him and his dudes, they all started coming like in the early 90s. I think they were about the same age as me, maybe a little bit younger. So, would have been like in their late teens, early 20s. And he said that like then it was, it was, it was basically a shit show. And, we lost Matty. He says he'll be right back. You would just see like, people like fucking in the open, like, it's like that kind of stuff, like a real kind of just
debauched, totally
spring break, like that kind of vibe. And he's like, yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore. But he said also that like the old timers then, when they showed up, guys who had been coming like since the 60s, 70s, 80s, like they're like, they said the same thing. It's like, oh man, this is nothing. This is nothing compared to what it used to be. So you can just imagine, like, I don't know what was going on there in the 70s. If it was just like,
I haven't seen anybody get eaten here in a long time.
Right, exactly.
Seems pretty normal now.
It was just like a full on, like orgy or whatever. But yeah, that was funny to hear about. And
it's funny, the structure thing. It's like, if there's one thing that like car people are really bad at, it's understanding the value of their time. And it's like, like spending however long it takes to build the structure at home or set it up or whatever, or prep for it or whatever, like for a 12-hour race is like such a car person thing to do. Or it's like, oh yeah, if I could go buy a new car from a dealership, or I could buy this old car and spend thousands of hours fixing it at greater expense, and then I would have a lesser car at the end. It's like totally irrational, which it checks out. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and that's also, it's not just for the 12-hour race. I mean, it is, this was, the gates open on Tuesday. So they're setting this shit up. So, you're going to be there all week. Like this is a week-long thing. But yes, point taken. It is, but the amount of just like, just kind of work and planning, and because it's also just like it's not just building the shit. It's like these things are all, they're all themed,
Yeah.
Like
it sounds like Burning Man for non-losers.
yeah, no, it is. It's kind of automotive Burning Man, where it's like,
It's like,
oh yeah, we put up, here's the Western Saloon that we do
Yeah.
every year, and it's like, and it's a fucking like, it looks like an old West saloon, and they've got like, there's like a steer skull above the thing, and and there's like a million of these things just around the track, all different ones, and each turn, like they've all got their, the turn 9 crew, we're the turn 7 crew, we're the turn 10 crew, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, it's unique. I haven't encountered that anywhere else. Although I will say, I mean, the other part of this is that every one of these things, the thing that unites them all, and I wrote about this in the story, is that it's they are all unified by this common theme of just getting fucked up. like we are here to fucking rage. And but the way that this manifests, it's like, it's not in people actually raging. It's just like in all this like fucking like Cracker Barrel kitsch shit, just everywhere.
Hot
The signs and
ass
flags
bullshit.
and just like, like like it's beer o'clock or what.
Yeah.
It's just like the corniest.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just, it's everywhere, and it's funny, the my other neighbor, camping neighbor, guy who pulled up on the other side, who guy like a few years older than me, first time at Sebring, but he's been coming to Daytona for a long time. He's like a Tallahassee guy, good dude, and
You mean that's his favorite Mountain Goats album, or is he's from Tallahassee?
he's from Tallahassee.
Okay, just to clarify.
Well, he does have, he did work like in like live, he's worked in concert stuff like for decades, whatever. He's like, oh, I never worked Mountain Goats. I've heard of you guys, yeah. But anyway, he was very not like he was kind of like, I don't know, man, I'm kind of reserving judgment on this whole thing. Like, I'm seeing a lot of performative silliness around. like he wasn't buying it,
matcha, Guys drinking matcha. They got their tote bags. They got.
It's not like that,
got the
but it's more
goddamn
just
Joan
like
Didion book out.
No,
all these
it's more
performative
like
males.
it's more like fucking it's Jimmy Buffett, man. It's that kind of like, it's performative
totally.
Jimmy Buffett vibe.
It's like you're not here to get fucking drunk. You're here
Right.
to drink 3 beers and go to sleep at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
But you have the accoutrements of someone who's here to kill themselves with alcohol.
Or I think for a lot of these people, and I mean, and I don't want to overgeneralize, because I mean, there were plenty of fucking younger people there too, plenty of people younger than me, and people partying, and but a lot of these crews, like the big trackside crews, it seems like, I mean, they're boomers and up, and they're people who have been coming here and maybe who were there during, for the rowdiest of the rowdy times.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, you can't do that in your 70s.
No, I was gonna say that's been my experience too with most of the racing stuff. Like a lot of the, is that it's not that fun to drink a ton if you're hungover for 3 days. Daytona is the same thing for NASCAR and for the 24 now. I feel like, and I don't know if that's better or worse. I feel like for me, most of the, and I will say I have not been to like some of the more supposedly out of control NASCAR races. But it's also like shit's expensive to go to now, and it's like, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like maybe it's a different vibe because it's something that you go pay a lot of money for versus like something that is more or less free to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I wonder if like, I mean, I've never been to any of those like grid life things. I wonder if which I know kind of cater to younger
Grid life's pretty chill.
demographic, and you know, they've got like, you know, techno music and like rave style.
They're
shit
pretty
or whatever.
chill.
But I don't know if people are actually like like throwing down or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, I think like I guess in general, I don't, this is gonna sound crazy to say, but I'm trying to think of like the last time that I saw a like party where it was like, oh, this is dangerous. Like this
Right.
is like this is a situation.
have we lost our American like will to party?
I think that may be the case. I think
I mean,
like,
you don't even really see stuff like I mean, it used to be you would see spring break. You know, there would always be like news stories coming out of spring break about just like how, you know,
people had
just
died of alcohol
violent
poisoning
and out of control.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess maybe like during COVID, like you know, at the beginning of COVID, right? That spring break, you know, and then those guys said, "If I get the Rona, I get the Rona," or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm not gonna stop.
All the frat boys got long COVID. Now they don't want to party anymore.
Maybe that's what happened.
Damn.
I'm trying to think, like, even like college tailgating doesn't seem that crazy anymore. And it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
Do
I don't
fucking
know.
people even get like killed like during like hazing rituals anymore?
Hazing is pretty out of fashion these days.
There were all
And
those
I
lawsuits, right? All those frats got sued.
Right.
Did I ever tell you guys this the story about going to the frat at Hillsdale College?
Hey, Tired Podcast listeners, it's your producer pal Matty. Oh, what's this? In the middle of the episode? That's right. I had to cut out so many anecdotes that Rory told that are so funny that are only on our Patreon episode for this week, episode 113. So to hear those, you're going to have to wait for that one if it's not out yet. Or if you are back listening, it's probably in the feed. You'll have to go to patreon.com/tiredpod, TIREDPOD, to hear everything I cut out of this episode. You'll be hearing from me again a little later. Bye.
Many such cases.
Wow, man.
You just it's being in trouble. Being in trouble is a mindset.
Being in trouble is a fake idea, as the
right.
great poet once said.
Being in trouble is what is it?
It's a sign
construct.
of weakness.
It's a societal construct. No, what do you say? It's a anyway. But don't do it. Don't ever think you're in trouble.
It's true.
I don't. What were we talking about?
You're not
Sebring.
in trouble. You're not in trouble unless you allow somebody to convince you that you are in trouble.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I will even say I've been in a jail cell and unconvinced that I was in trouble. And I was chopping it up. I was chopping it up with the deputies who were in there, and they let me go early. And I think that's the power of the in trouble mindset, or not being in trouble mindset. One of the guys actually said, "I can't believe they brought you in for this," and I was like, "Me neither."
Right? Seriously,
He was like, "We'll get you out of here," and I was like, "Appreciate it." And let me go. So it's just
oh man, you should teach like a master's seminar or something. You know?
not
Rory,
getting
you
in
should
trouble.
be the new Jordan Peterson. Woke 2 is going to crown you the new clean your room, you're not in trouble guy.
Yeah. Don't worry about cleaning your room. No one can tell you to clean your room. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. The king of woke 2
Seriously,
says,
man.
You're not in trouble. It'll be fine.
No,
Yep.
the it'll be fine motivational speaker. Like,
So real.
oh wow.
It's true. It will be.
I don't even know how to follow any of that.
What were we talking? We were talking about
If
We're
anyone,
frat boys,
if anyone
not liking to
dies
drink anymore.
Partying,
yeah.
Yeah.
the partying at Sebring.
sorry.
Long story. I'll cut to the chase in terms of the partying.
The
thing is, I
45-minute digression.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I saw
Perfect.
so little actual partying
Yeah.
until
No.
it got dark on race day. Like 10 hours into this 12-hour race. We've been here all fucking week, you know? And it's just like, come on. This is like all fucking talk, no action.
Yeah.
And then I met up with Jimmy around sundown.
Yay.
Good.
Friend of the pod, Jimmy.
And friend of the pod, Jimmy Pellizzari. And we wandered over to the shit show, you know, to that back stretch, like between those turns where all the real action is. And suddenly now, like, it feels like a party, you know, like with the cars going by, you know, with the brakes glowing and the fucking exhaust spitting fire and the cars going down the, you know, and now like people are really out, and it's like, yeah. And like all these places that I had walked past, like, you know, a dozen times throughout the week and just been like,
Nothing, huh?
whatever, man. Like now it had come alive, and Jim and, you know, and the thing is like these, all of these spots, like where these people have these places, they want you to come in, you know. It's not like, oh, this is just for us.
Just for
it's
us.
like,
Yeah, no.
no, they're fucking hosting a party. They want to fucking, you know, like they're haranguing, you know, it's almost like they got barkers, you know. It's like, come on in, you know. And so we ended up, you know, Jimmy bought a shirt, you know, Turn 10 crew shirt or whatever. We went up on their platform and watched for a long time. Totally great, super, like the vibe was like awesome. And you know, we headed down, we passed my dudes who I had found my guys from the pre-stage area,
yeah.
like early in the week, and their setup, it was fucking incredible. I mean, it was like, it was so sketchy, but I mean, it was like fucking 3 stories. The top platform is just like this, like very narrow platform that's got 2 couches on top of it, and it's just like, to get up there, like you have to climb this fucking ladder. That, I mean, the ladder itself is perched upon like the 2nd story platform that's already like 20 feet in the air.
It's not OSHA.
And
That
it's
is
just
not
like,
the OSHA
no,
4-foot distance
no.
that is
And
required
it's like,
for a ladder.
and this ladder is like straight up, just like fucking vertical, you know. And I've got my fucking chunky hokas on, and I've got my camera and shit. And the dude's just like, he's like, go to the top, man. It's safe. I'm just like,
Dude, I want to go in there with a clipboard and the like OSHA regulations for a scaffold and be like,
like, bro, if you got to tell me it's safe, like,
No, that's a classic unsafe.
but
am I above 10
but I
feet?
went
Can
up there.
get
The thing
can
is,
get
I
overhead
went up
harness?
there. It was awesome. I mean, it was fucking rad. You could see forever. I mean, it was just like,
Can I get a
I mean, it was as
fall
sick as
harness?
it. But anyway, so you know, Jimmy and I, like, we walk down. We end up at turn 7, which is the hairpin turn. Which I mean, it's the thing. I finally fucking understand Sebring now, like the layout.
Yeah,
the thing about it,
impossible.
like watching it on TV. I mean, I've watched it for fucking years on you know, YouTube or whatever, videos and stuff, and it all just fucking looks the same. You know, I mean, it's just flat, and there's just, you know, the background is just fucking RVs and trailers and shit, you know, or just like warehouses at one spot, or, you know, like sometimes they go past the airport or whatever. But it's just like, it's everything just looks like everything else. It's impossible to tell where they are on the track. Now I fucking get it. Turn 7 is like one of the few spots where you would recognize it, because that's where they go around that corner where there's the hotel. On the outside of the corner. but on the inside there's like a viewing mound and a grandstand, and this is one of the areas where like, I mean, it's a really cool spot to watch, and there's like the videos, you know, they've got one of the big kind of portable video screens there too, so you can actually like that's kind of where I wanted to end up for the end of the race, because we'd just be able to, it's like it's a good action spot for the cars, but it's also like you can you know, actually keep track of what's happening in the race as the race is winding down. But it's also, I had noted earlier in the day, there were a number of conspicuous couches that were newly arrayed on this embankment, and this is a thing that you would see, like, you know, throughout the week, you know, people with their couches, and there's kind of the famous Sebring thing of like at the end of the race they set the couches on fire.
We used to do that. We used to do that at Michigan State too. Okay. Go on.
Yeah. So anyway, so we end up down at turn 7 for the end of the race. Pretty exciting. And you know, last few laps, there was a great, very exciting move in GTD where Antonio Folco. I was sad because I was rooting for the Heart of Racing Aston Martin that was leading with Dudu Barrichello. But Fuoco, last lap, final lap, like made the move and had been hounding that car for laps and got past him. But that was cool. Porsches had been winning the whole fucking race, whatever. We can talk about that later. But point is, race ends, fireworks go up, the fucking couch is now on fire. the thing of just like and everybody's just fucking, you know, it's just this sea of humanity surrounding this, you know, what's now like a bonfire, just going like, you know, flames just 20 feet in the air, with this backdrop of the fireworks going off back here. Super fucking apocalyptic, super awesome. You know, and it's like, and he, you know, it burns for like 10 minutes or whatever, and then you hear like the whack whack, you know, this it's like, oh shit, here comes the fucking, you know, it's like they're gonna spray it, everybody run, you know, because and then they get out the fire hose and they're spraying. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty rad, and it really felt like the whole week was just kind of waiting around for that for those last 2 hours, and that thing, and the thing I said to Jimmy as we were walking, and we were both just fucking drinking it in, and just how great it was, just, you know, the cars, you know, and just the vibe and the people and everything. I said, the problem with most races is that they happen during the daytime. Yeah. It's so much fucking cooler at night, man.
Yeah.
In the dark, it's just another fucking animal.
Yeah.
There's just something magic about it. I mean, it's like every fucking race that I've ever been to that's in the dark, it's just...
That's
like,
true.
It's just rad.
Yeah.
And with Sebring, it's so compressed, you know, it's just like this, you know, little sliver at the end that you get. But man, that's the money.
There is, I think it does go back to my being tired thesis of how nice it is to be tired. Like when you've been doing something all day, you wake up early in the morning and it's like you're 12 hours into it and you're starting to get into the zone of good tiredness or like good fatigue when like magic can happen.
Yeah. Well, especially when you've been just like listening, you know, your ears have been pounded by fucking race cars for 12 hours.
Yeah, it's like, it's taking it out of you. Like you're like getting like that fatigue. And then it's like, that's good. Jimmy has told me, and you have told me, I think now, that Sebring is more fun than Daytona, which I always have such a good time at Daytona, and I need to do Sebring at some point. I
don't know if I would say it's more fun. It's it's a different animal. It's a different thing. It's yeah. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around the experience. It's mostly not that pleasant because it is so just kind of primitive and shitty.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just yeah.
I mean, there's not really any comfort. There's not like a cool, the fucking, even like the media center, which I had access to. It's just like these tiny rooms with no windows.
Yeah.
It's like you're not even up in the fucking thing. Like there used to be. I met Stephen Cole Smith. Said to say hello.
he emailed me and said he met you and that you seem like a good
nice
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was yeah. Do you have Stephen Cole Smith stories? I liked him.
He's the best. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. He I don't have any bad stories about Stephen Cole Smith. I'll say that.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, but he was telling me how the press box used to be up, where you'd think it would be in the tower with the because there is a tower,
Sure. Yeah.
on that kind of that pit lane structure that has all the years and the flags and the cars.
That was cool.
painted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing that fucking knocked me out when I fucking pulled up and saw that. Because it goes back to 1950 fucking two, man.
That's
and
cool.
it's just like, and just like, and going, and I mean, I knew kind of, I knew the history, but it's like when you actually fucking go back, and look at not just the people who, I mean, Fangio won there twice. There is the Fangio Terrace, and the back part, that the Fangio chicane, which is that back part of the track that we were walking along. But like, I mean, fucking Mike Hawthorne, like fucking Renee Dreyfus.
Yeah.
I mean, like these just fucking names from another
world.
They were like another age,
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Renee Dreyfus is like a fucking pre-war driver.
Yeah.
He drove fucking Bugattis in the 30s.
There is. Go ahead.
I mean that's so just like that layer of it is crazy. But yeah, I mean the press box used to be in that glass tower. It's not anymore. Like that's VIP shit now.
I used to say this about Detroit, and I think like there are places that are old and that have not been kind of like substantially remodeled. When it's like, probably they should,
right.
Sebring would probably benefit from a little spit shine here and there. But their value kind of like as that, I don't want to say like a museum or whatever, but it's like in Detroit, it's like, you go to a major American city like Chicago or New York or whatever, and it's like those cities have been remade half a dozen times since the turn of the century, since whatever.
Right.
And Detroit has not. It's like Detroit came into existence and froze mostly in the 50s and 60s. And it's like, so like the level of like, it's like the same buildings, the same door handles, the same elevator buttons were all here. Like they were all, you know what I mean? It's like, and that's like probably the similar thing at Sebring where it's like, this is like kind of showing its age a little bit, but it's also like, Fangio touched this thing that's here now. Like,
I mean, that's the thing. And I mean, the track itself, the course itself has evolved, over time. It's gone through a number of different layouts, but there are large sections of that course that have remained constant since that time, since the original layout. But kind of most importantly is just the general air of the place, you know, it it's impossible to think that it was any different then.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, right.
Like just
Like, how
because
would it,
you know, yeah. I mean, it's because it's just this kind of inhospitable place.
Yeah.
and there aren't, you know, I mean, apart from like, you know, that tower, you know, being this kind of like tiny concession to like, well, we need a VIP space somewhere, and that hotel. I mean, that's it. Like, there are no fucking amenities.
It's so weird.
Like permanent ones. I mean, the thing is, like, you know, there are. I mean, like for camping and stuff, you know, I mean, they bring in like the portable showers and stuff that are actually quite nice. I mean, it was fine. I never felt like, I wasn't uncomfortable in that, like in a hygiene way, but it just, yeah, it's, I think I also got lucky just because this year was, extremely mild temperature wise. Like it's usually very hot and very dusty and dry. And it was super nice the whole time I was there. Like race day was like the hottest day, and that got up to like, I think like 82 or something, you know. I mean, it was very comfortable.
It's funny, I love the IMSA schedule for this, but like you have this world of people who are like, have been to Monaco, go to Le Mans every year.
Dude,
I
said this in the story, man.
I love making them go to Daytona and Sebring and just be like, have a look around, fellas. Like, this is what America's like. And it's like,
no, I mean, that's the thing. I have to think that I mean, I asked, I have a whole list of like my kind of impressions and encounters of people that I ran into, but one of the people I talked to briefly was this guy Harry King, who is a young driver who is English kid who's driving with Nick Tandy in the AO Porsche, the Rexy, or Roxy this weekend. But and he apparently is just like this total phenom, you know, and I forget like what series he's come out of, you know, if it's like Porsche stuff or I think like, you know, whatever English series, but he's kind of like this real kind of up and coming driver, and pairing him, and he's English, and pairing him with Nick Tandy, he's kind of like a young Nick Tandy, but I spotted him, you know, just like before the grid walk out there, and I was just like, hey man, you know, is this your first time here? And he's like, oh yeah, he said, first everything here, everything this season, you know, like this whole you know, everything that I'm doing this year, you know, in IMSA will be new. I've never raced in the States before, and I asked him just kind of like what I said. It's my first time here too, and I gotta say, like, I'm kind of like, I mean, what do you think? It's kind of a dump, right?
Yeah.
and he was very
diplomatic.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was way fucking too polished. I mean, like all these fucking young drivers.
Yeah.
Just like way too polished to give me the answer that I was like. I mean, it was actually very funny because I don't know if he just like had noticed, you know, that like my laminate said media on it or whatever.
And he was like,
but it was almost like I had just like pulled the cord on him, because he immediately just started talking about like, yeah, the car's feeling really good, and we got a really great shot for this week, you know, blah, 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 you know, and I was like,
damn.
Okay, man, that's cool, you know.
Yep.
I'm gonna go find 30. This sucks.
Yeah. Like, no, this isn't real. This is an alloy. Look, it says alloy on it. So, what is that?
It's like, I'm not actually like.
Yeah. No. It's not like that at all.
I'm just here to talk shit, man.
Yeah. This just gets me in for free. This is like.
But but
It's
yeah,
cool.
he was.
I mean,
he was.
that is genuinely the line that I use when I get into a conversation with somebody that I hear some shit that I'm not supposed to hear. I'm like, I'm not gonna remember this. Like, what?
Yeah,
This will be 24 hours from now. How would I know?
Right.
How would I'm not, do I look like I'm taking notes?
Right. But the thing is, like I have to think though that for those guys, for drivers coming over from Europe or wherever else in the world, and coming here specifically to race in IMSA, and going to places like fucking Sebring.
I mean, I don't even know. Go ahead.
They are getting a more accurate.
Yeah.
Their idea of what the United States is so much more accurate and representative than that of almost any other person coming here for work or as a tourist, know? Yeah.
That's true. It's very, I mean, it's like, I don't even know. And it's like, I don't know. I guess I only go to Europe for work or as a tourist. So this is like kind of stupid to say, but it's like, what would be the equivalent in Europe of a place like Sebring? I mean, there certainly are places like that in England and Germany, like where they race bangers and like 10,000 people live in the town or whatever. But like,
I've definitely played in some venues in some towns in the UK or in Germany or in that just like, this is not a this is there's no reason to come to this place.
I mean, there's a lot of places. Go ahead.
No, but I was just gonna say, in some ways, when it's not in Germany, those are some of my favorite places to go because they are the places where it's like, oh, this is a real place. This isn't this isn't.
No
just
showing off here,
just out of curiosity. It's like when I was in fucking Peru. When I did that Land Rover trip in Peru, and they took us to fucking Cusco and Machu Picchu and did like this insane drive. My favorite fucking part of that was the fact that we ended up in that weird city Huancayo like for an extra day because our plane out our flight out of there got canceled. And this town, which is just a city. It's a proper city, just like in central Peru. That is like, it's not a place that anybody goes to. It's not. There's not a single tourist there. It is just a real gritty, authentic fucking like. It's just a real place. It's a place where people live. And it was so cool, and it was just full of fucking rad, like 80s, Toyotas and Hyundais and shit, for me to take pictures of. But I loved it. I loved just that it was so like, oh, this is actually Peru, it's like I felt like I got more of a sense of what life is like here the 2 days that I spent in that city than I did any other part of it.
There are places up here, and I was like reading a news story up here about like it's like whatever. I was like kids who live in these little towns up here, and it's like, oh, they have to make a decision about like whether they're going to stay in this town or like go elsewhere to like pursue a career in education or whatever. And the gist of the article was like, well, why do they have to choose between their home and like having a career? And the thought that is in the back of my head is like, I'm from small town. I'm I feel like I have a right to say this, or maybe like at least like the context to say it. But it's like, why do these towns exist at all? And it's like Traverse City, it's like whatever, it's on the water at least, like, you know what I mean, like there's a port there, like I could like, okay, maybe like that's a reason historically for a city to exist. But there are so many cities up here that are just like absolutely no geographic significance or difference from like the absolute wilderness that is 20 miles in the other direction. And it's just like, there's a town here. And it's like, I I mean, like that's I guess like the Sebring thing where it's just like, why is this here? Like, why? Like, if from a European perspective, it's like, what? Like, what? But it's like because some guy came here and it was free, and he was like, all right, like, you know what I mean? Like, or like the fucking wheel fell off my wagon, so I guess this is where I live. Like, it's like, yeah, it's like. I love that for the Europeans to come and get that experience. It's a very, very satisfying for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's sort of just like the very long arm of history coming back, where it's like, hey,
yep, it's kind of your fault that we're here.
Yeah,
and,
well, you guys did your forefathers did this, and ours have done this, and here we are meeting in the middle somehow.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, the one European who does not deserve to suffer any kind of slings or arrows at Sebring is, of course, our beloved main man, Ferdy Habsburg, who you ran into, Peter.
Yeah,
I did.
Ferdy.
Yeah, had a really nice.
How's Ferdy?
So he was here driving. I can't remember if he was at Daytona, right? Was he driving the same car? Is he doing the full season? He must be doing the full season with. He was in the number 18, the Era Motorsport LMP2 car, which is the Naveen Rao car. That's the guy who Naveen Rao is the tech billionaire. What I did look up his. Let me pull up his.
Please.
Oh, shit! Here he is. He founded a company called Nirvana, Ner.
Sure,
Vana.
of course.
That's clever. Yep.
Yeah.
Nirvana, the company.
The band.
It was. It was a leader in the deep learning field.
Yeah. Of course.
Before he founded that, he was a neuromorphic machines researcher at Qualcomm, where he focused on neural computation and learning in artificial systems.
Yep,
so he's an AI guy, and his company is called Unconventional AI, and I think it's worth like $4 billion or something.
Sounds true.
Smart.
But he's also the guy who you'll remember at the Rolex 24. That race started.
I was gonna ask if he was in that pile up.
I think he's the guy who caused it.
Nice.
I think he was the culprit, the guy who was at fault.
Wonderful.
Who set off that chain reaction of the billionaire bloodbath. But yeah, and he, I have to say, I mean, I did encounter him, throughout the week, just kind of, he, a lot of these guys, like they're very type A and very just kind of like intense, and especially like the techie guys.
Yeah.
He seemed nervous. He seemed like, yeah, I did not get like a charismatic vibe from him at all.
Oh.
He did pretty publicly fuck up the last race for everyone.
Well,
involved.
yeah, I mean that's the thing.
And then get called on the carpet by the rest of the field for the whole rest of the weekend. I would be, I don't know how you show up to Sebring if you do that at Daytona, and everybody in the paddock who like presumably you've spent a ton of money to just be associated with these guys.
Yeah.
And they're looking at you like you are the biggest fucking loser on the face of the planet. Yeah.
And he comes back.
Yeah. I mean, good for him for going, but I would be nervous too. I'd be uncomfortable. I'd be like, that might be a moment where I'd be like, I am in trouble.
Yeah. You know what? This is a rich guy who does have a sort of interior self that's very exciting. He's not a Mark Andreessen guy.
He hasn't read the book. Well, he's probably several times smarter than Mark Andreessen.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other part, I mean, they did have at their autograph table, like they have the autograph session on like the day before the race or whatever, where all the teams like put out their tables in front of their garages, and fans can go and get their shit signed or whatever. They had a bunch of boxes, and of course, like, I mean, the Rexy booth is just like a complete fucking crazy party going on with DJ LCD sound system and pumping, and just like fucking dinosaurs dancing around, and 7 zillion fucking kids waiting in line, and and like the Wayne Taylor, they've got a big line, and the Corvette guys have got a big line, and and then there's like the other table. It's like there's nobody fucking waiting in the Aero Motorsport line, man.
Aww.
But they did have boxes and boxes of shirts, of free shirts, and I grabbed one, and I got it. You guys are gonna laugh because I mean, they spent. I mean, I have to think they spent several $1,000s just printing these shirts.
Sure.
And this is what they came up with.
Awesome.
It's just a picture of the car, of the race car.
Wow.
And it just says 2026 IMSA Sports Car Championship. It doesn't even say the name of the team. It doesn't say the name of the driver.
Really good.
It's the most fucking generic.
That rules. That rules.
It's
That
so
is like
bad.
I tell you
And
what,
then
though,
on the-
from here, that looks like it's in registration. Looks like a good print. Oh, nice.
It's a good
Let's go.
print. And then on the back, it just says unconventional AI.
That's funny.
It's just so
that
fucking
sucks, and
that's
so good.
yeah, that's great. Graphic
That's
design
like
is
an
my
ironic.
passion.
That is
Yeah.
it's like a The Share Zone T-shirt.
Yeah,
Totally.
it's like graphic
Yeah.
design is my passion with the frog, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
it's so weak. It's like, come on, guys. I mean,
who
it's
should we
cool
have-
that you want to give away shirts, but it's like, could
Like,
you? I mean,
No, we'll just have my son do it. He's a graphic designer.
the thing is, this is a case where AI would have made something better.
Better
gonna say.
yeah.
It should have had the
It's
unconventional
like,
AI to
bro,
create it.
you fucking have an AI company.
Yeah.
Like, give it to the AI. Have the AI design a shirt, man. It'll be better.
That's pretty.
That's
that's pretty
funny.
bad.
It's pretty good.
But yeah,
The Ferdy's
at the
good.
table,
Aw.
at the table with Naveen Rao and whatever other silver driver was Ferdy, and I've met him before, and years ago, like took a
Picture, yeah.
selfie with him at Daytona, which just like I thought was funny at the time, just because it's like, ha ha ha, I'm
But with a
here's me with a Habsburg.
And yet,
And then come to discover in the kind of intervening years that it's like, no, Ferdy's actually kind of fucking cool.
Ferdy rocks. We
Like,
love Ferdy.
He's
Yeah.
he's a very capable. I mean, he's not a rich guy.
Yeah.
He's getting paid. He's not a
Yeah.
paid driver.
Yeah.
He is
Which is so
getting
funny,
paid to
yeah.
drive
It's
at a
so
very.
good.
I mean, he drives for fucking Alpine, in the WEC.
yeah.
I mean, he's like
It's a serious
he's a-
thing.
a
Yeah,
top tier
Yeah.
dude, and it seems like at least part of his politics are kind of right on, and I made a point. I approached him at the table and kind of got close enough to him, kind of in his ear, that like the other guys wouldn't
Yeah.
hear. And I just said, "Hey, man, I'm pretty sure you're the only person here who has talked on your socials about your support for Palestine, and I just want to tell you that I respect the hell out of that." And he smiled really big. He shook my hand and he said, "Thank you, brother." And I just thought that was fucking cool.
That's great.
That's right, me again. We bullied Adam Adelson for about 10 minutes, so that's also in the Patreon, along with a couple other anecdotes, some inappropriate comments I made, and you know what? I'll leave a little mystery. Patreon.com/tiredpod, episode 113, yet untitled, as I finish editing episode 112. Look forward to that. If you're not subscribed yet, also, you are missing out on some really fun stuff. So hop in, $5 a month. You know how it is. Okay, that's it for me for this one, actually. Okay, bye.
But so it was just very, very funny to get his kind of insider perspective on the Pratt Miller
Yeah,
crew.
probably got to keep that off the pod, unfortunately. But
Yeah, that's
very
kind of
funny.
what. Yes.
Really good.
it's like I was like going through and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I know who this is. I'm figuring this out, or I'm 2 or 3 clicks away from knowing
I'm
who this
sleuthing.
is. Yeah, but that's that's very funny.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the last thing I was going to say was, did you guys catch the post race drama at the
the girls
the
were
press-
fighting.
Yeah, I did not make it back to the well, I did make it back to the media center to get my shit, and but I did not hang around for the post race press conferences, so I did miss the extremely awkward press conference where Kevin Estra, who had been driving the 6 car and had been ordered to he basically followed team orders, and then only to have Felipe Nasr in the 7th car disobeying team orders and passing him for the win. And Estra basically in his press conference was just saying, I mean, it was, we fought very hard. And Estra, who is like one of the most fucking like balls out aggressive, like cutthroat fucking drivers, like,
Yeah.
like any, like in sports car racing anywhere. Like he kind of very pointed, he said, it's a great, victory for the team. Unfortunately, it's, it has always been my, like part of, I came up, I am loyal to this team and I respect team orders, and that is, unfortunately, other people, maybe have a different agenda or whatever. And it's like he's saying this as fucking Nasr is just like 2 seats away, just kind of going, yep. And also just like, scoreboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's racing.
Like, nah, Doc. This is IMSA, dog. We don't have to do that. Like, they're not going to fire us. Like,
I mean, that's the thing is Estra. I mean, he's coming over from the WEC, where he's been racing for the last several years. I mean, he would come over for the big races here occasionally, but this year is his first year doing the full season in IMSA, with Porsche having withdrawn from the World Endurance Championship. But
they're not going to fire you. You don't have to listen to that. Just keep going.
You're not in trouble.
You're not in trouble. It'll be fine.
You're not in trouble.
You're not in trouble, Felipe.
Yeah.
You can't get in trouble
He
in IMSA.
should. I mean, look at Rory Carroll, driver coach. I should have been in his ear. Hey, listen, if they tell you, you don't have to do that shit. They're not going to fire you. Come on.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're good.
But yeah, another 1-2 for the Porsches.
Well, it's good to see them getting a break out there. Porsche.
Well, and also in the other classes. I mean, they won in GTD.
Like I said.
No, they won in GTD Pro. They won in
Nice to see them getting a break finally.
I'm just the underdog doing a good job there.
Yeah.
I think they might be getting BOP'd.
One would have to imagine that there's some conversations about that between the other teams.
I mean, the thing is, they were so clearly faster than anybody else. I mean, like in one of those kind of late race cautions, when Jimmy and I were in the back, and and it was like when the wheeling car was in the Cadillac was in third between the two Porsches, and it's like, all right, well, cars are grouped up now, and Jack Aiken's in the Cadillac, and Jimmy's just like, you got to make something happen, man. Now's the time.
Yeah.
You got to go for it. And they come around first green lap, then they come around the next lap, and it's like the Porsches are like 3 seconds out, man. And I said to Jimmy, I was just like, dude, he can't make something happen if he can't catch him. Like they're fucking running away.
Yeah,
they're not. They're
schmoving.
Yeah, that was my impression too. It's just like, well. My philosophy with the airport is to arrive and be parking like 20 minutes prior to boarding. And it's served me really well. I think I've only been burned on it once.
Gonna be a little less cavalier this time.
Well,
maybe give it 25 minutes.
But that's the thing is I don't like being pressured by the circumstances, and I feel like. Yes, it is more of a challenge if there's a 4-hour line and I have to get on my plane in 10 minutes. But that's kind of the fun. And Christina was like, she was like, you're wasting all of our family's luck on this stupid shit. You should be saving it up for stuff that actually matters. Yeah. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting.
That's actually a very good point.
That's an interesting theory.
We're all going to need some luck very soon.
So... Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. But then I saw President Trump got the just illegally funding the TSA. And I was like, see, comes through for me again. Like, look, I wouldn't say I agree with it, but it's like, it is a stroke of good luck for me personally. Like, it is going to make my life somewhat easier over the next week. So there we go.
Speaking of our wives, can I just add one final thing?
By all means.
Patricia told me that she went to a psychic today. She hasn't been to a psychic in 20 years or something, but it's like something that she would occasionally just check in, just check, just vibe check.
Yeah.
She's considering considering some work options, but so she talks to this lady for a long time. They throw some cards or whatever, and apparently I never came. I mean, she wasn't really looking for psychic insight into my fortunes or our fortunes together or whatever, but maybe at some point she mentioned something that she was married, and as she's leaving,
well, the psychic is going to know that she's married.
I guess so, yeah, obviously. She's a fucking psychic.
Also notably wearing a ring in a place that indicates. Anyway, go ahead.
Carry on.
Damn. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes over here.
You could be a psychic, Rory.
Such a good grift. Carry on. I mean,
I probably could.
Dude, your cold read, man, is
what came up in the crystal ball? What kind of prestidigitation came up?
Well, she asked my wife if her husband works with cars.
Oh.
And she said, well, yeah, he has, and yeah, he does do some, like, is he going to keep doing that? She said, yes, I see that he's going to continue to work with cars.
I think
wow.
And I said,
fair.
Wow.
And I said, Did she say anything about me getting paid?
Yeah, the preposition there is pretty vague.
because the word work kind of implies.
Well, no, you are working. You are doing
Yeah,
work.
you're laboring.
Yeah.
It's how much you're compensated or alienated or etc. from labor with. That's a key preposition with cars.
Fair point.
Working, you're sort of working
Look,
in communion with a car when you look at
when
the
I-
Saab really hard.
When I
Think about what'll
drop
happen
my
with it.
kids off in the morning at school, I tell them I'm going to work. It doesn't matter that I'm not getting paid for it, or that I'm not. I mean, they don't know that part of it, but I am going to work. I go sit in front of my computer all day
Yeah.
and do stuff on the website. So,
Well,
I think that's
anyway,
fair.
I thought that perhaps the fact that the psychic foretold my continuing to work with cars.
Hey,
maybe
that's-
that's an indicator of things to come on
Yes.
that front.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I should have given her some shit to ask about, because I got some pitches out there that could solve a lot of our problems with regard to getting paid to do work about cars. But
You're
anyway,
gonna call the hotline yourself. It's a whole thing.
yeah, maybe give me the phone number.
I feel like the
Call
husband
Miss Cleo.
work with cars is probably like a 50-50, like, you know, like it, but
It's not. Yeah.
I mean, listen.
I don't feel like that's a 50-50. I feel like that's a pretty unusual thing, especially in Rochester. If you were in Metro Detroit, you're like, does your
But, like,
husband
it's
work
the
in cars?
width-
Like,
the
no.
width is that's what the psychics do. Is they're like, is your husband more? And then like
Yeah,
you're kind of gonna be like, well,
Be
he
like,
does
oh
change
yeah,
his own oil.
he does. He drives a car. He drives a car to work every day.
well, no.
Of
The
course,
thing
yes.
the thing that she said was, does he drive an Uber? and of course Patricia said no, but she said, well, I see him
a
driving
car.
a lot.
I see in the US of A. I
But-
see.
Yes, that's how
The
he gets
thing is-
around. No, that's right. That's how he gets
no.
around. You're right. Yeah.
Here's the thing, the fact that I mean, I did drive a lot, like that fucking drive.
Yeah.
I mean, I drove to fucking Florida and back
You were
solo
in a car. Yeah,
like
yeah.
more or less nonstop. That's the longest. I mean, I've done lots of long drives over the years, 12
Yeah.
and 15 hours here and there, but I haven't done a fucking 20+ hour drive in like more than 20 years.
Yeah.
So that was pretty I mean, it was great. It was fun. I loved it.
It is great.
Would have been
It
cool
is
if it
the
had been
best.
like a real
Yeah.
called shot. Like, I see a pan swap.
Yeah. Yeah.
in the future, and the blue
Why
vision.
hasn't he fixed his Saab? It just needs a pan swap.
I see it in my mind's eye. Him and a very small man and an older man who was the editor of Car and Driver.
I see a lift in
Northern Michigan. And a welder.
See the former editor of Car and Driver and a larger man and a smaller man, cartoonish almost in their divergent proportions, helping you pan swap a Saab.
There's a man who keeps saying it'll be fine about your car.
It's a small mouse-like man who's got stuck on a wheel bearing and is rotating slowly. Now that would
All
be
right,
some
should we wrap
psychic
her up?
reading. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I feel like we got a couple.
I have my work cut out for me this week, fellas. I got a lot to do.
Sorry,
It's
Matty.
good. No, it's good. I'm going on spring
That's
break.
when we
starting
wait
Thursday.
too much
all right.
time between. I start
Yeah.
yammering.
No, it's
yeah.
No, it's all right.
Perfect.
We owe our listeners.
We owe
man.
them a fun one.
Apologies to listeners for our what do you call it? Absence.
Well, yeah,
We've
we're gonna
got a
get
lot
caught up
going on.
for you now with this one. With this week.
Yeah. All right.
Matty approved.
Stay tired.
Stay tired.
Stay tired.
Rory, safe travels.
Yeah, Rory, safe travels.
We'll see you out there.
Best of luck.
Yeah, it will be an interesting week. We'll see you at the end of it.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear about the New York car show. Sure,
Yeah,
there's gonna be
I mean-
a lot of exciting reveals.
I believe there is one
Wow.
reveal
Yeah.
happening.
Did you see that? God, this episode's never gonna fucking end. Did you see that they fucking killed the other Honda?
Yeah.
They just keep killing Hondas, man. The Afeela,
the
the
Afeela.
Sony Honda, the Afeela. I think we gave that one.
Yeah.
Afeela.
I'm pretty sure that I gave that one a pretty low chance of success.
We're gonna have to go back and do some postmortem on that one and see.
Yeah.
Because that that was not gonna work.
No.
that car was
The Afeela. First, they killed the Zero, and now the Afeela.
I feel like you should have thought about this one.
That one kind of presaged. Like I feel.
I feel
I hardly know